the lower bracket. There is no room for mistakes when elimination is on the line. And look, they've gone with the Haven. They did it.
I mean, I absolutely love it. Yesterday, we thought that maybe this was the solution, and we will get a response very, very quickly. But on the other side, I know, and I think everybody knows, that G2 could have expected Fnatic to go back on their steps and actually choose this map.
I'm interested to see how G2 is going to play into this one. They switched over recently to a Eurocomp, going back to the Viper that they had played on the past in this map when they were the guard. And honestly, I think it looked really solid. A lot of the mid-rounding they have off of that Viper wall, the conditioning it provides is super good.
Lotus is going to be the third one. I'm scared after what we saw yesterday.
Struggled most recently is Icy. Yeah, G2 took that win away from EDG, but it was so close. It was 13-11. And Finesse front B pop from G2, that Euro flash, it could be so hard to dodge.
I think that's why they're playing off of it, and as soon as it goes off, they know they can try to refill it onto the side. Trent back already through, taking care of Bozer, but the trade is timely. It's perfect. Dirk is not able to get it. His hero does. 2 kills on the round for him. But they've managed to get the spike down. G2 in these post-play positions found, again, just down to 19 HP. It's just a tap. It's just a threat. Just enough to try to get him out of position. Do they have a flash? Do they have anything? They all just swing out. They all just face. And they're outnumbered. Fnatic will get the pistol.
And you're right, the approach from Fnatic in front B, they understood when that Viper orb goes up, they need to be careful. That's a double A long approach. G2, they need to be careful right now, because Alfier, if he gets heated up, it's going to be over.
Yeah, the terror that can be an ISO.
Yeah, he's been superb on it as well.
A little bit of tap there, not connecting the shots, but honestly, Jonah P, it was a bit labored. It took a little bit of time, but ultimately does connect. It's a 3v3, but it doesn't feel like a solid one. It doesn't feel like a comfortable one. It just feels inevitable. Alpha gets his 3.
Yeah, picks across the board. And off of utility in mid as well. The 1-2 punch, the Yoru walking down, they swing out. Boaster is going to have a tough ask in the backside here. He is alone, but they don't know he's here.
Meanwhile, Fnatic is getting a ton of info. You've got Durga who's pushed down C long. You had the drone come out from Chronicle towards A, and they've got him fully funneled into the middle of the map, and they know that. The paranoia is
right now. And this drone, it's going to get good info on where Alfier is.
Again, Durka is the problem, and the problem has not been solved.
Nasty work from Durka. What a transfer.
That's a scary sight for G2 fans. If he's hitting like that already.
Oh, he commits to the TP backside.
Jonah P fully surrounded in a 1v3. No idea where Durka was. Fully left guessing. And Fnatic win the bonus. This is an excellent start. Well, they've managed to get him in there now. The middle of the map has been taken. The paranoia is out towards Garage.
It's flawless.
The question is, how much more is concealed? Do they realize where the rest of G2 are? He's going to try to get out.
They know where Jonah P is, and he's going to fall shortly.
Alfier's waiting on the other side. It was that spacey that you taken at the very beginning of the round. He shouldn't be able to get away with anything.
That's a clone, buddy.
Yeah.
Front. Can't connect yet.
This is notably more difficult. Remember the last time they did this, they had the Viper Orb that they could play around.
And they also had rifles. Oh, that shield. So damning.
There's really no way for them to fight back to this, at least not in this round. So a flawless one comes through for Fnatic as they get to 4, and I think
we'll win that exchange.
On the other. Oh, it seems like they're going to try to get out onto the side. Not going to lie to you guys, didn't really see what happened there, but lo and behold, they've managed to get decently far out. You've got the paranoia coming out, the decay as well.
30 seconds left.
But it's Dirk's in such a good spot, but Jonah P just decapitates him. Boaster able to respond at least a little bit. Now a 2v2 as the spike goes down. It's leaving Trent on his own. He's got 2 shots, but position's been given away. Knife out. Shots not settled. And again, Trent has to go. No armor. That's not the right weapon in that position. The defuse will come through. Surely he's been spotted. They've got to know that he's there.
Trent is so far away. Just now going to get in range to use that Hunter's Fury if need be.
So they have full A main control. But the pit is down, and that's going to make this so much more difficult. Leaf's going to fall too. A 2v4 that needs to go the way of G2 for any semblance of hope, and it does not look like that will be the case. What in the world can Trent do? Outnumbered and dead. 6-0 the way of Fnatic, and that's another ISO ult online.
Boaster pick up the defensive op quite a bit. but this time maybe Durka is feeling it in his own right. And Leaf,
It's
oh
Leaf
my
again.
gosh.
He's got a Bulldog, light armor. Alphair again trying to pest him out, but this time the duel goes the way of G2. Now what's the...
Hunting, he might find the timing.
He's exploring. Valen's there on the other side. He's got to spot him, and he does. The Stinger up close nets him another win. A 5v2, but again, remember, it's lighter weaponry. It's not great. It's a Bulldog and an Odin. Patience out from Hero. A 2v4 would be devastating. It would be backbreaking.
Durka's going to save this operator, surely.
I mean, he's got plenty of money.
Wait a second.
The newcomer.
Durka's doubling back.
For this Fnatic roster. He's continued to knock on the door. He's continued to unlock the bolt. Grab something there.
Yeah, he grabs the Vandal. But Leaf drops anyways. I guess he only had a Bulldog mated. One-shotted because of that vulnerable that ISO can throw.
And the paranoia out from Boaster. You wouldn't see a damn thing.
Yoru Clone is so good against the Cypher. Breaks all the trips in Alpha. He's going crazy right now. It's 1-for-1 though.
Leaf again. Able to clean him up and have his number. Trent pop the ult. Not really going to connect out onto anything. They have a little bit of garage control, but the thing is they don't realize that there's somebody right behind them nipping at his heels. It's Durka again getting as much info as he can. Meanwhile, Boaster's trying to do a bit of the same, but Trent anchored in. Will clean.
Start though, yeah.
That's a big one, but Leaf's timing. He's given his position away. He's only able to find one. It's going to be Chronicle on his own. A tap of the spike into the swing, and Jonah P will best him.
Double duelist comp of ISO and Yoru. I mean, that's another free pick, but I think that'll spam this time around. And the 1-2-3 punch.
They're investing so much into denying this A main.
And paranoia for Boaster. It gets committed. Hero just absolutely decimates Valen. And deleted from the server.
And Trent's left in a 1v4. That first shot will go out. The spam coming through will clean up too. But there's still so much work to be done. Note, Boaster did not get it to half. Now finally done so. The classic just cannot connect.
Yeah, no.
Every single corner seems to be considered for Fnatic. He stuck that. He stuck that right into Hero's lap. He's going to get a second on Valen too.
So risky.
I imagine there was a flash behind it or something. I'm sure we're going to see that on the replay, but I think the story doesn't change. Jonah P has gotten 3 on the round. He's going to have to get 2 more. An ace to potentially just get G2 their 3rd round of the half.
Problem is, Fnatic have the spike in full control. They can see it. It's in their sights, and it's a crossfire in garage. This is impossible.
How in the world does Jonah P do that? He can't.
From Hero.
Leaf's going to get tagged. The Hunter Fury has been invested. Leaf is already dead.
What a setup.
No corner is safe. Valen's left in a 1v3, and yeah, he has the spike, but again, it's these miserable 1vx situations.
That was so sick from Fnatic. What a great round. And Alpha just spams him through the smoke. That's how the game's been going. Everything in favor.
Meanwhile, Icy's ulting on the other side. They're going to try to accelerate, as you were mentioning, towards C, but you're right, it's probably too little too late, and Leaf has been left with so much to do. Meanwhile, Icy trying to get back sight off of the flashes. Leaf dealt with. The sight still up for grabs. You still have so many members of Fnatic that are playing close by. Icy trying to swing out the bunkie from that distance. Will not connect, but Valen will. How do you deal with Durka, though? Number situation, the pit invested. Trent on the swing, Chronicle dead. And now the pit in play. Can they do anything to get rid of this? He's going to flip the map.
Swung by Valen.
The tap. Where's the swing? Where's the challenge? Where's the dare? They all want to swing at the exact same time.
It's happening. Look at A-Site.
Yeah, it's up for grabs. It's free.
You take everything.
They can waltz their way in.
Yeah. And G2, they're known for their retake approach on a lot of maps.
It's going to be tested here if they want to try to pull this off. They're going exploring now. Across the middle of the map again. 2 there. Found Alphair again. Gets away with murder.
And now are you ready for the second? You're not.
No. No way.
And Trent just got spammed all the way in heaven. Look at how far. Look at the minimap. Look at where he got spammed at.
Yeah, he's so deep. Unbelievable.
Leaf is in a 1v3 though. And he gets flanked. Durka.
If we can walk through this unscathed, and then he's got the shield, and then I mean, it's perfect.
The setup is so beautiful too. Oh, as I say that, the cam gets picked up. So now nobody's looking short A. G2, they're so worried though. Oh, they're about to be met by Alpha. This guy's about to pop off. Oh, he can't handle the pressure.
In the face of 3, he does fall. No real way to upgrade the weapon. And they're just going to walk into Fnatic's crosshairs again.
Just a hard freeze to the round, and while it's happening, the actual hit is coming through at B. It's just beautiful play right now from Fnatic. I can't stress it enough.
30 seconds left.
Boaster is calling such a good game. Leaf, he gets a Vandal.
And he puts it right back down as quickly as he scooped it up. Now Chronicle on the swing back side will clean up the last.
You should expect the other. That's how it's been so far.
And
I think
the other
Leaf
is on the move.
And I think Leaf has an idea of it too. That's why he picked up the CT area.
They're concerned about it. Alfier's timing. It's leaving a little bit to be desired there. They're going to commit to getting the spike down with no real resistance.
Spike planted.
And Alpha's still in this window area.
Leaf's going to clean him up, but how do you expect the other? I mean, he was surrounded. He thought he could deal with what was happening B main. No real idea of what was happening garage. And now they're not even necessarily concerned with dealing with the spike and covering for it. Look at Chronicle's position. Just so aggressive. A brawly approach. And well, for good reason, it's all gone their way.
He basically just slips the net. And yeah, he's on an island there.
They're going to bait all that out, and yeah, they're going to lose full A main control, but Fnatic wisely accelerating, taking the rest of the map.
They're not even taking the map, they're taking heads.
There's really nothing that's safe. And again, I know I've mentioned it a couple times, but it feels this way once more. The map feels small. It feels so claustrophobic for G2. And Fnatic are just running circles around G2, a 13-3 stomp. And again, really nothing for G2 to hang their hat on.
I mean, that was looking like the last series of DR.
Against a team that seemed perfect on Haven.
Enemy lines.
There's nothing to cover it. The only thing that might catch him is if they decide to turn around. Jonah P on the prowl with, again, Trent over his shoulder. Every single target spotted, every single corner checked. Now, finally, gunfire ups as Alfier's the first to fall. Hero's going to join in as Chronicle on the swing, not able to settle, finally does onto Trent, delivers on a second.
Looking for a play of his own right now.
So it's just tough 50-50 to be in. You can choose to swing in, you can choose to take the fight, or you can tuck inside of it, but be careful, they're going to check you, they're going to swing you. Leaf cleans him up, the spike does not get planted. Chronicle's doing his best to frag his way into the round, but time will expire. Yes, another
backside. This time around, it's heaven, spawn, shower.
That doesn't feel good. That does not feel good. Heroes down, Boaster. Surely not along for this world much longer. 6 HP.
Late flank.
What a bloody mess this would be. But that's a Bulldog down. Flash on the other side as they try to push through the wall. Jonah P on the snap to Alfier, but Durka on the exchange.
It's a stick.
Icy's gotten it to half. He's the last one left standing in a 1v2. With the outlaw in hand, has found his one. But Durka on the other side with a Bucky again. There's just not a lot of time on this. Durka can swing, but he's gonna hold it. Oh my goodness! The MasterCard.
Butter for G2. That's been their success all year long.
You mentioned that this matchup really doesn't seem to favor G2, and at least for now we're tied, but Fnatic looking like we're just waiting for another round to come through.
They have such a good read on everything. They get the first blood most of the time on their attacking rounds. I mean, keep in mind, Haven is their map, but But right now, anti-eco, they get the pick. They freeze. They don't rush the plant. They set late flanks up like this. And then once they start getting confident, I mean, Alpha, he's just going to try to get his ultimate online. 2 orbs off of it. 1 away now from that. The other one will hold an angle for him. And they'll gather space like that.
Playing anti, and Chronicle just plays his position perfectly.
Beautiful. They were so ready, and now, yeah, what's the reaction?
Oh, now they can go forward. Now they can commit.
Really good molly to delay, but Chronicle spams Trent in the process. And he's just gonna clean up house.
He's gotten 3 on the round already. The spike down, the thrash back up on Mon.
Oh, this was bad last time around for Fnatic, but Chronicle, he's taking things into his own hands. He has 4 to the round, and Durka will clean it up.
Positioning, and because of his utility, Boaster, careful now. Again, almost getting caught in utility, realizing that he's being hunted, he's being pushed, he's being pressed, and he's been dealt with.
30 seconds left.
Again,
Yeah, he got caught out sleeping.
I mean, but again, such a small victory in light of every other devastating defeat. Hero again finding 2 quick kills. They've kept this one competitive. Sure, they're tied at 3 apiece. Gen Justice quick.
The stuff he was doing on Abyss, the decisions he was making, really got them back into it.
A map that they felt like they should have been able to get away with. Any attempt at a retake is in
Sight right now. Just now the rotation made it in from Trent. But it's so hard to hold against this double initiator comp.
Dude, the C's nade was 9. It's Durka knew exactly where he was going to be. They popped the ult. He's going to find another. Trent falls. Icy's going to try to exchange with his own. Waiting for the right time to strike. Pulls the trigger. Does connect onto Durka. Just a sliver of health to his name. Now disposed of. Nade's going to separate things for just a moment. Again, keep a close eye on Icy's position. Val, no smokes. He's got the molly, and he's caught with utility out. Terrible timing. Can Icy deliver? For G2 with Boaster on the other side. Yes, he can. A 3K for him as the defuse comes through, and G2 get their second.
The problem is it's ugly for G2. Icy, it is good that he's stepping.
The defensive side. And they're big ones.
And Fnatic, they're going to run it back. They like what they saw last time around. Durka gets a freebie on the Leaf. Not close enough with that judge. And now it's the follow-up. I mean, Jonah P has to give.
Durka with a lot to deal with. And not able to find any of it. Trent's positioning was really nice. Jonah P on the swing. This feels a lot more brawly. This feels notably more bellicose. But again, advantage Fnatic. A deep hit now that they're going to attempt to counter, but Valen will crumble. Under the weight of the moment, under the dominance of Fnatic. Now he realizes where they're coming from.
Icy's been so good on this map. This nade molly combo.
Again, there's futility in trying to stand in front of the utility. They're instantly flushed out. 3 members stunned. No need to swing. They can take the fights exactly when they want them. As soon as you have attention drawn one place, the hit comes from elsewhere.
This Fnatic.
What they see. Additionally, they've left Chronicle.
Oh, barrel scene. Jonah P takes out Boaster.
That's a punish. How much more can they find? Leaf with 2, make that 3.
The barrel was seen by Jonah P on site, and that was enough for Leaf to just absolutely mow down everybody jumping out of hookah. But the call was good. Boaster.
So it leaves Valen in such a miserable condition and position. When does he invest it? There he decides
there
to.
The but he has nothing else. Valen's gonna die. Oh, that was so close.
Just barely finding the safe space amongst all the lava. Icy tucked in the smoke, the nade, the satchel. He's buying time. He's trying to delay as best as he can. Trent able to get 2. Icy on the swing. Durka there. Satchels exchanged. And it's only 2 on the side of Fnatic now. Holy smokes. He does that, and now he's got the ult. Icy so weak. Durka gets another. A 2v3. This was a 2v5, if I'm not mistaken. If they can convert this, what in the world will be left? Boaster spotting 1. A 1v3 left to convert. Confidence from the captain as he delivers another. Can he find clarity in the calamity? No! Jonah P saves the day for G2.
Boaster's always so close, but he can never. If it's a commit onto this B site, that showstopper's going to do some mad damage.
What lights the fuse, though? What's the primer? Gen P on the swing, spotting 2 here. Leaf has been dealt with, but Icar's here.
Yeah.
They've been starved. They've been deprived of information.
They don't like the silence.
It's deafening. Hero now position given away. He's been spotted. He's been cleaned up. Cautious now because Boaster's going to be on this late flank. Is there anything to spot him? Is there anything to stop him? Just a bit short of being the hero that Fnatic needed in the previous round, and he might be able to clean it up. Icy choosing wisely to hold onto the rocket for just a bit longer, not connecting. Again, Boaster on the flank, taking his time, patiently prowling his way forward, and playing everything to near perfection. Another kill found. As Durka's going to join in on it. They've got to deal with him. Trent's gotten it to half, but that's all it can be so far. As Valen's left alone, he's going to get dropped. Fnatic get to 7 as
This. They should be aware that it's going to be a hookah walkdown, or players at least corralled in hookah.
Yeah, I mean, Boaster's going to see it, or at least he almost had a timing on it. Heroes in such a brutal spot. They know that he's there. He's been dealt with.
The speed up on B site, though. The spike should get planted.
And now they can go ahead and try to take back site. If Durka really wants to, he can push all the way to spawn. It looks like it's exactly what he's doing. Trent has to be careful.
He's not planted.
He's going to be the first on the swing. And he just can't stand up to Durka.
Just so unaware. They're aware that Chronicle is here, though. Valen made contact with him, but the timing.
Icy stomping like a Clydesdale around the way as Chronicle gets 2. And now the Cosmic Divide is torn back into this. Look at Alfier's position. It's gorgeous. Posted up on the other side of the wall. All the info he can possibly gather, but Valen.
His barrel was sticking out.
He's gotten it down to a 2v2 to close the half. A tap of the spike, but it's not committed. Leaf just walks into his death. Valen on the tap. No real way to pull this off. He's gotten it down to 1, but again, time is short. He's got to commit to this, but he runs away. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Fnatic hit 8.
Out here. He's dead. He's done.
He has no idea. A quick tap, assassination style. Never knew it hit him.
And look at how slow G2 are to make a decision. They want to take the teleporter.
But they decide in that moment, just briefly, to dig their heels in and turn and fight. And so that equalizes things for at least just a little bit of 3v3 Alfia with 2 HP. Trent not much better off. A stiff win cleans up both. Do they realize how close Hero is? Valen's the first to fall. They're gonna have to attempt to fight for this retake. Boaster now joining the fray. He's healthy too with the ghost in hand. Silence, just a moment of pause as G2 realize this is a desperate need to pull off this pistol, and it's gotten down to 1. Trent is so weak. Boaster left in a 1v1. A catastrophic call to arms for G2.
Will this be the one, Doug?
Boaster's gotten it to half. The spray coming through, 40 HP again, just a tap, just a dare. There's the swing, he spots the heal. He's nipping at it, but again, the timing, the position from Trent is gorgeous. The kill comes through for Boaster, but the round for G2. Durka with the Bucky, again, 2 satchels. No armor, 18 and 8. Chronicle falls, Alfia does 2. Pell him back into stealing another round away from G2.
And this is where G2 shine. They get the spike planted. It's the post-plant scenarios. The cycle of utility, the fighting together. Leaf also getting a kill on the Boaster.
Safety found. But they've got Boaster controlled. They've got him cornered. They've got him cleared, and now there's going to be a fight through the other side of the TP. What can Leaf do? Is in such a brutal spot with an outlaw in hand. Jonah P is going to join him. The Thrash clearing back out elbow. Don't think that connected. Yeah, Alfia are still in a really good spot. Look at Icy's position. As soon as he gets on the move, there may be something going on here. As Trent trying to keep them back. Durka will fall. And now they push. They're trapped in the telly.
Upgrades across the board. They're going to have to sit in this teleporter for as long as they can. But if you look at the minimap, look at Icy. He's going to flank him.
At least enough to open the door.
And that's an upgrade for the Bulldog.
He can Roomba his way through the TP. That's exactly what he's going to do. The door will open. Oh no, it trolled him a little bit. The angle wasn't great. Chronicle might survive this. Way for him to know. There was no way for him to go.
He couldn't do anything at all.
All right, maybe the other Buckies will find some success.
Or maybe it'll be Alfia who just walked all the way down B long. But Valen, he's holding the flank.
Chronicle the only one with a weapon, and now
play off of. Alfia heard that reload. He's trying to cheese this kill onto Leaf, and he just might do it.
There's the wall. There's the snap. Alfia's down. Leaf's now 3 away from having his ult. And Hero falls.
Yeah. And honestly,
he's going to try to get across. They hear him. They know he's there, and they're going to try to cut him off. There he is. He's been spotted. He's been dropped.
That's the cue to take B site, though. And they're going to flip. They're not out of this just yet.
A 4v3 the way Fnatic, and again, Alfia's got his Thrash. Such a powerful tool in the retake. The thing is, it's from really far back. G2 showing a lot of respect here.
Yeah. No real value gathered from that Thrash. He might be able to pick it up though, and Wingman could get on the spike.
The Mosh will buy a little bit of time to deny some of the flood out if that's what their attempt was. Dizzy over the top, tagging a couple.
But it's not halved. It should have been halved.
When do G2 go? They might not get the chance. Jonah P gets dealt with.
A great retake. Using that Thrash to identify if anybody's playing up close or in sight. The Fate Prowlers to clear out all of Hookah.
Are they expecting two? Jonah P has been asked to make a stand. Can he deliver? He's gonna spot the first, but he can't clean him up. Can Icy do what his teammate could not? No! Another round dominantly going the way of Fnatic. What can Leaf and Trent do? They're gonna invest the pit? Such a disadvantageous situation, and now they're gonna invest the showstopper on the other side, and it's all on to Leaf. Still trying to play around the pit, and he can't find safe space in. What a costly round.
Yeah, such a big investment.
Duelist utility that's intended to make noise, but he's got to find safe passage out. What a snap from Icy. Where do they go from here, though? They can try to lean back to the other side of the map if they want. Alfie are spotting Wingman with spike in hand, will fall. 13 seconds left. They've burned this candle down really low. Can they flood behind it? The spam coming through. Trent's dead, but the spike down. The attack in an advantageous position. Icy on the swing, but Leaf on the kill. Boaster and Hero left standing, and they've gotten it down to 2. Hero cannot stand any longer. He's left Boaster by himself with ult in hand in a 1v2. And then he still has to get the spike defused, trying to very carefully play every single position. Face checks the smoke. Valen gets... Jonah P still has a flash, but he's been spotted out on the swing of the Thrash. He's been tagged, he's been dropped. A 4v3 advantage the way of the attack still, but they've got to realize they don't have any control of short. Leaf knocked on the door. He tried sniffing his way in, but he couldn't. And so now the swing back towards Showers. Icy with so much to deal with. How do you drop the Turk? You cannot. The time is so short, though. Fnatic have to accelerate. They have to go, and they have to go now if they want to have a shot at this. I don't think there's enough time. They've tied the freaking game.
G2. Oh, Leaf, he's been so deadly in holding these angles.
That's not quite going to be enough. But Leaf settles and gets 2. Perfectly teed up.
That's a free A site as well.
And so they flip the map, feeling some of the pressure, dealing some of their own, and now they've tucked tail, they've gotten away. Jonah P will be the casualty, but the site is theirs. Numbers the way of the attack. Icy hearing that. You gotta realize Alfier's waiting on the other side. It's messy, but it works.
You know, a 20 bomb performance, but the entries he's been getting, it's like night and day from the last map. So G2 will
Shot the angle, and they took Showers, they took the orb. And so that's where the threat is, but the Prowler's gonna confirm there's no one there. They're gonna fully commit out onto the crunch, though. Trent's dead.
get spammed.
That's a spike, well out of reach. Those little T-Rex arms aren't gonna reach that.
Those ones aren't either.
But they're gonna have to try. Tucked
Durka
behind the cover of the smokes, they push their way forward. Icy's dead. Oh my gosh. Alpha Year's filthy.
That was so quick, Poster. He's gonna clean up Leaf as well.
Find a spot and punish Boaster, and they do. A considerable amount of damage dealt, but it's really lethality that's found on the other side. Leaf is dead. Of course, it's Chronicle. He started the map hot. He might be the one to close it. Icy satchels into his death. It's again disaster. What does Trent do here?
He's gonna die. He's left to his devices. Fnatic are giving ones though. But Hero will take him out. Here, they still want it. Here it comes, Doug.
Can they weather this? It's 1-for-1. Meanwhile, G2 seem to have stabilized at least for a little bit. But Alfir invests the Thrash. He's dealt with. He's done. Little bit of time. There's the Molly that you were speaking of.
And the re-wrap as well, short A. Look at Leaf.
There's no idea for them to know if it's on right now because they're still waiting on the other side of the wall. This one coming through will connect onto Leaf. Still work to be done. Poster has gotten it to half. There's the flash. There's the swing. And Chronicle gets all three. Heartbreak for G2. The orange and black banner waves on. Fnatic survive. Yet so far,
It hurts.
but again, what a ridiculous play from Chronicle, who started the map hot. Remember the way he kicked things off,
10-2.
for him to be the one to slam the door on the situation. Plenty of reasons to be happy, plenty of reasons to smile for Fnatic.
And that first match.